Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue with study history subject. That is, we are going to study civics, lesson number 2, that is diversity in society. See children, in the world there are no two individuals alike, right? Every individual is unique. Yes, they are different. The way they think, the way they stand, they look, the way they dress up. You yourself, for example, you take yourself. If you go home, take a piece of paper and you sign on the paper. Yes? Immediately you do the second sign. Yes? And second time, third time, then after signing 2-3 times, what you will see, what you will observe, you observe all the signs are not same. Yes? So, diversity in society. Yes? Diversity. Now what does diversity means? Yes, many types. It means that wide variety of something. It may be language, yes, religion, then different caste of people, culture. Yes? Okay, we'll start with the first point over here. That is, there are many languages, religions, cultures, customs and tradition in Indian society. Yes, this diversity is a mark of our rich cultural heritage. We live among people who speak different languages such as Marathi, Kannada, Telugu, Bengali, Hindi, Gujarati, Urdu. They celebrate their festivals and cultural events in different ways. Their modes of worship are also different. Our country consists of regions with different historical legacies, where this diversity is shared and celebrated. As all these different communities in a country have lived together for many, many years, a feeling of oneness has developed among them. This feeling of oneness leads to unity in Indian society. Now, children, in the same way, we know that India is a multi-state country. Yes, multilingual country. Multilingual country means what? Many languages are spoken in India. Yes, in India there are 780 languages are spoken. So variety of languages are used in India. Yes, many types. We speak in Marathi, Kannada, Telugu, Kannada. Yes, then Hindi, English, then Gujarati, etc. As well as we see people live in society belongs to various traditions, cultural. We know that each and every state has its own culture, yes, as well as languages spoken in their culture. So different people with different caste, culture, religion are there. In our society, we celebrate different festivals. Yes, example, we celebrate Ganpati festival, Holi, then Christmas, Eid, etc. Your people have their own modes of worship, yes, and that tradition also we do share with other people. Now over here, mode of worship means what? Different ways of worshipping, yes. Many other we worship in many different ways, yes. Some they prayer, some do pujas, some do namas, yes. So all these communities in a country have lived for a long time, and because of this togetherness, a feeling of oneness has been created in the mind of the people here. A feeling of oneness, and because of this diversity they are united together, yes. So there is unity in diversity in India. Okay, now we proceed further to the first point, diversity in a strength. To live with different groups is to experience coexistence. Coexistence helps to increase the level of understanding among the people. Yes, it acquaints us with each other's traditions, customs, and the way of life. We learn to respect each other's way of life. We even adopt certain traditions from others. This helps to increase the feeling of unity in the society. Yes, this social unity helps us to face many natural and social calamities together. Now, children, just now I said that there is unity in diversity in India. So, living together helps us to know our existence, to live together in different groups and give us experience of coexistence. What is coexistence? It helps us to know our existence in a society. What is that? Your status, yes, in the society, your position. Yes, living together with such kind of people. We learn to respect each other's way of life. We adopt certain customs, traditions. Example, we have adopted Western culture, isn't it? We have already adopted the state culture. Yes, what are the state cultures? We take an example. Yes, we have taken one example over here is that when we eat idli, sambar, vada, it is that we have accepted the southern culture. If we eat dokla, fafda, we have accepted the Gujarati culture. Yes, in the same way, dance, Garba, that is Gujarati culture, Lavani, that is Marathi culture, Maharashtrian culture. Yes, all this helps us to increase the feeling of the unity in the society. And because of this unity, we can face many natural, social, political problems or calamities. Okay? Now, the principle of secularism. First point was diversity in our strength. Second point, the principles of secularism. Yes. Now, in India, Indian society consists of people following different language religions. Yes, our constitution has made important provisions to ensure that all religions, all religious communities will have the freedom to worship according to their faith, according to their belief. Yes, faith means their belief, and to help develop a feeling of mutual understanding. So, what is the principle of the secularism? Secularism means not connected to a spiritual or religious matters. Yes? Each religion is treated equally over here. We know that in our constitution, one important value is inequality, is equality. In our country, people belongs to different types of religions. Yes? Now, India is an important secular nation of the world. We have a great linguistic and religious diversity in our country. Linguistic means what? Not concerned with religion. Yes? Study of language. Okay, in order to prevent this diversity is a sound and healthy manner, we have accepted the principle of secularism accordingly. So, we have accepted the principle of secularism over here. Now, what is that? Accordingly, no religion is recognized as the religion of a country. Yes, no religion is recognized over here as the religion of a country. Now, every person has the freedom of worship as per their religion or the religion of their choice. Now, every person, every people over here has the freedom of worship as per their religion. There is no restriction over here. There can be no discrimination among people on the basis of their religion. There can be no injustice. Yes? Every person is equal over here, according to the basis of their religion. All people, the people of all religion are treated equally by the state, and all the people are treated equally by their state. He is from this religion, he is from this state. So, we are from Maharashtra, they are from Gujarat, and it's not like that. They all are treated equally. Yes? Opportunities for education, means of livelihood, and government jobs are made available to all. Now, opportunities, every person has got the opportunity for education and to get to live his livelihood in their own way, and to provide government jobs. Government jobs were also provided to the people. There is no discrimination on the basis of religion. Yes, as we have already studied, there is no discrimination on the basis of the religion, no caste. All the people are equal, they are treated equally. There are special provisions in the constitutions for the protection of religions and linguistic minorities. Minorities are free to protect and preserve their linguistic and cultural identities. They are also free to bring about the development of their own communities. Yes, communities through education. So, Yes, the special provisions has been made in the Indian Constitution to protect religious and linguistic minorities. Yes, and they have also been given right to preserve their language and culture and set up educational institutions for their development. Yes. Now, the principle of secularism has helped to maintain religious harmony in Indian society. Harmony means what? Peaceful existence. Yes? Togetherness. People are there is a principle of secularism that helps to maintain religious peaceful existence in the Indian society. So we go to the third point, that is the contribution of society to our development. Yes, what do we learn by living in a society? What values, qualities do we imbibe? Let us see how society helps to develop our personality. Now we take the first point in this, that is cooperation. Yes, cooperation. Cooperation. That is, all societies are based on mutual cooperation between individuals and the communities. The very existence of the society depends on the cooperation between individuals. There should be cooperations between the individuals. Yes, cooperation is the process of sharing and helping each other in solving problems and removing difficulties. A family cannot remain together without an attitude of cooperation among its members. The same is true of society. Yes, lack of cooperation hampers our progress. Hampers means what? To make something difficult. Day-to-day life will also not run smoothly. Cooperation makes interdependence in society healthier and allows inclusion of everybody in the society. It is a process of inclusion and of moving ahead, taking along all sections of society. Now, children, the very existence of the society depends on what? Depends on cooperation. Yes, if there is no cooperation, then cooperation helps in solving problems of individuals and society. If there is no cooperation, there will be conflict in the society. Yes, lack of cooperation hampers our progress. Yes, it hampers our progress. Cooperation makes interdependent in our society healthier, and it is also a process of inclusion. Yes, if there is a cooperation among the cooperation among the individuals, it is a very very basis of the society. Cooperation is to extend help to each other. Yes, family will not survive day to day life with hinder, and society will not make progress in the absence of the cooperation. Yes. Now we go to the second point of this tolerance and understanding. Yes. Now, tolerance and understanding, just as there is cooperation in this society, so also at times there can be differences of opinion. Yes. So as there is a cooperation in the, just like if there is a cooperation between the society, cooperation in the society, so also at times there can be differences in the opinions and the disputes and conflicts. Disputes and conflicts arises when there is lack of agreement in the opinion. Yes, if there is lack of opinion, if you all are not agreeing, there won't be cooperation. There will be always dispute. Yes, in the society. Ideas. Disputes and conflicts arise when there is lack of agreement in the opinions, ideas, and views of the people. Prejudices or misconception. What is prejudices means? Means a strong, unreasonable feeling of not liking or trusting somebody, especially when it is based on its religion or caste. Okay? Now, misconceptions means what? It is a wrong ideas or understanding of something is wrong about each other, can also lead to conflicts. Yes, however, it is in nobody's interest to keep a conflict going for a long time. Yes, now nobody is interested in making a conflict go on, okay? So, for a long period. So, everybody wants to solve their problems at the same time. People find a way to resolve conflicts through compromise and understanding. Thus, conflicts can end if people make efforts to understand each other and show a spirit of tolerance. Yes, understood till here. An understanding attitude leads to a lot of new learning. Yes, we accept new ideas. This helps to further enrich our social life. We become more tolerant. Society provides us an opportunity to learn the simple method of maintaining well-being and peace in society. So, what does this society provides us? To learn the simple method. What is that simple method? To maintain well-being. We should live in a well-being and stay peace in a society. Yes. Now children, we end over here. Okay. And we'll continue in the next period. Okay. Thank you.